I come home and my parents were like sad, crying, and I'm like, what's wrong? The foster parents don't want you to come back anymore. I'm like, why? Because of who you are. I'm like, what? Yeah, you're difficult to handle, you're very quiet. They just find you difficult. As a 16-year-old, 15-year-old, you're like, yeah, it's not nice to hear, because a lot of time in the beginning of my career, I've been given the word like I'm a difficult person, but in the end, I'm just a quiet person, shy person. And that's been given to me as difficult, so in the end, you're like...
This moment could have crushed him, but instead, it ignited a fire. And Kevin made a promise to his mother, saying, "I'll be in the first team soon. Then, everything will change." 1 month later, he was in Genk's first team. The foster family would then come back, but by that time, Kevin had moved on. Still, he would later go on to call this period the loneliest time of his life, because all he had was football. And by 19, he was his nation's brightest star, leading Genk to the Belgian title. The world took notice, and in 2012, Chelsea came calling. The dream of performing on the biggest stage was about to come true, until reality came through. Because the Champions League winning Chelsea side barely gave him a chance. He was left on the bench and then loaned out to Werder Bremen. And the tabloids of De Bruyne not being good enough for the Premier League started spreading. In many ways, it reminded him of his childhood, being cast out and fighting for acceptance. But his battles weren't only on the pitch, because outside of it, he was being betrayed. In early 2013, his girlfriend at the time went on a girls' trip to Madrid. There, she met Thibaut Courtois, Kevin's countryman and teammate. And when the media found out, the whole situation just became a public humiliation. Imagine being 21 years old, you're left on the bench, heartbroken, and somehow you have to keep going, with the whole world watching. Most men would have crumbled, but Kevin locked in even harder and turned his pain into fuel. In 2014, he left Chelsea and moved to Wolfsburg in Germany. He was now 23 years old, and this would be his big break. Because Kevin De Bruyne was done being cast aside. This was for everyone who doubted him, from foster families who gave up on him, to the girlfriends who cheated on him, to the best friends who betrayed him, and the coaches who never believed in him. Because in Wolfsburg, Kevin De Bruyne racked up goals, assists, and even records. The Bundesliga couldn't even believe it. Was this really the same kid they said wasn't good enough for the Premier League? Because De Bruyne wasn't just playing football, he was rewriting his story. And through it, Wolfsburg would fly into new heights, carried by his brilliance. And in 2015, he was crowned Bundesliga Player of the Year.